All right, so let's take a look at the Heritage Summer Platinum auction and some of the crazy sales that happened over there. So, some of the criteria for this video: buyer's premium is 20% is included in each of these prices. I don't know about taxes and shipping. They are not included in the prices shown. So, obviously add in a few percentage points on there. I can't 100% confirm if a buyer is paid for a card. Listen, I'm recording this shortly after the auction. My assumption is most people pay for their cards, but there's always going to be some people that don't. And also, only cards are shown. I do have boxes in the honorable mentions. Heritage sells way more than just cards. So I am making a cards focused video and I will focus on the cards. With that being said, I also have a sponsor for this video. So I want to thank On Mantle for sponsoring a bunch of videos this month. If you guys want to help support the channel, make sure to check out On Mantle. Here's what the homepage of On Mantle looks like. Very similar to a Twitter or an Instagram feed. But what I really like about On Mantle is it's a social media platform that is just focused for the collector. Look, when we jump on social media sites like Twitter or Facebook, right now with being election season, you are slammed with political posts. I don't like that. I just want to see cards on social media. And that's one thing that I really enjoy about On Mantle. I post there multiple times a week. In fact, I post there more right now than Twitter or Instagram itself. So if you guys want to help support the channel, I have a link to On Mantle in the pinned comment and in the description down below. It's 100% free to sign up, and they are sponsoring the channel. So if you guys do enjoy videos like this auction recap or some of the non-sports or whatever else I post on the channel, if you want to help support it, join On Mantle. It's 100% for free. And why not show the John L. Sullivan that I posted over here? I love this Duke's Poor Boy set. That being said, let's take a look at the top 25. And we're going to start off with Sweetman Co. So this is designated as an F50 card. But I did a little bit of research on it because I really haven't seen the Sweetman. I'm familiar with the 1928 Babe Ruth in this design. There's like 4 of these out there. But pre-war cards said this is issued out of Missouri and it should be a confectionery issue, not an ice cream. So 3 out of the 4 that have the same exact design are based out of ice cream. I had the Tharps before, not of Ruth, but of another player. And I think I've had the Yinglings before. Can't remember what the third one is, but Sweetman is technically not an ice cream, and it got lumped together because of the same design. These are pretty rare. A 3, this one right here, 25th styling card at the auction, sold for $78,000. Up next is a 1955 Roberto Clemente. There's actually 2 of these that were signed in this auction. This was the better copy. And there's only 21 in the pop report. Now, this is a pretty good looking too. You can kind of see the crease over here to the right. If that crease wasn't there, I would assume this looks like a 3, maybe a 4. This sold for $90,000. Lennox Brown Ty Cobb. Apparently the T206 resources. This is the 3rd hardest back to find. And this one was graded a 2 and it sold for $105,000. Another Ty Cobb. This was a postcard. There's less than 5 of these that were graded. And this was written by Cobb and sent through the mail. So there's a pretty awesome history behind it. This sold for $111,000. Now, I know they just mentioned it postcard. I wish PSA did a little bit more research on it. And this isn't just a call at the PSA, but I just feel like the grading companies are kind of lazy when it comes to postcards and dating. And there's a lot of resources online to date specific postcards. You need to try at least label a set of years or talk a little bit more about the card instead of just labeling it as a postcard. That would be like labeling a Topps card as Topps and not putting anything else. That's my personal opinion. Okay, let's jump into 21. This 1951 Mickey Mantle. I'm not sure why this didn't get a grade on it. Maybe it's trimmed or some sort, or maybe the consigner didn't want it graded initially. But it doesn't look like too bad of a card. I mean, obviously the centering is an issue, and that happens a lot with 1951s. But still, it's a very clean copy. And this one sold for 114,000. There's 32 1951 Bowman Mantle autographs out there. Another Cobb over here, Carolina Brights. This is easier than the Lennox, right? 11th hardest to find. And this 5 sold for $156,000. Cobb is dominating the list. This Michael Jordan in 1998 Topps Chrome preview. So I found this online. It said randomly inserted into Series 2 packs at 1 in 36. This 10 card set preview is the 1998-99 Topps Chrome set. This one sold for $168,000. I don't know how hard the refractors are because I did see that there are base and then there are refractors in this preview. So if you know a little bit more about basketball cards, let me know. It's a little bit outside my wheelhouse. I'll be honest with you. If I saw this card, I would have never expected $168,000 for it. But reading into it, it seems like it's pretty rare. And plus, you have that 10 premium. 1951 Willie Mays. This is a PSA 8. We just saw some high grades of this card sold in REA auctions. And this 8 sold for $174,000. It does look like there's some surface issues on this one. I don't know if it'd be graded an 8 today, although those corners are very, very sharp. There's only 9 that are graded higher. I believe there's a handful of 8s. I wish I put the pop on here of the 8s, but I just know that there are 9 graded higher. All right, 2003 Exquisite Michael Jordan. This isn't his first jersey autograph card. He actually has an earlier one. But this is a first year Exquisite. It's a 3-colored patch with an auto and 174,000. I know basketball collectors absolutely love Exquisite. We're going to see, I think, 1 or 2 other more Exquisite cards a little bit later in the video. Nap Lajoie, 1933, 34 Gaudi. I call this a 34 also because it has the same 34 design, but it was issued for the 33 set. I really wish the grading companies called it a 33, 34. It'd be kind of interesting, but I do understand why they call it a 33 because it technically completes the 1933 set. Essentially, you had to complain to get this card, and they just never issued 106. They double printed a Babe Ruth card instead. What I will say is a lot of these 33 or 34 Lajoies, you'll see some of them with staple marks on them, although they have really, really clean corners. So if you see a 2, sometimes 2s are really nice. I think it's a 1 or a 2. I can't remember how they grade it. But this one sold for $180,000 in an 8. A 1980 Ricky Henderson in a 10. There's 25 PSA 10s out there. This one sold for $180,000. Ricky is such an easy card to move. These in lower grade, they sell so fast. Another Michael Jordan, 1986. This is a mint 9 with an autograph of 10. There's actually 4 PSA 9 autos out there, and this one sold for $204,000. Up next, we have a 1903 E107 Christy Mathewson. This is widely considered his rookie card, and this is the first 1900s baseball set. There's a pretty big gap between the 1895 Mayo and 1903 E107s, and that's why you have a lot of historical cards in there. You'll see a Hannes Wagner a little bit later in this video. This Christy Mathewson sold for $210,000. I want to say, not at this national, but there was a dealer that once had a Christy Mathewson at his booth. I wonder if it's the same one or if it's a different one. This is an extremely, extremely tough card to find. Up next, in a 2009 Steph Curry Black number 248. This is widely considered one of his rarest cards to find. Because there wasn't really much Steph Curry rookie cards in 2009, and this one sold for $210,000, which is insane to me. Man, I should have ripped some of these packs back in the day. 2003 LeBron. Surprised they have an authentic on this one. Maybe they just didn't think it was going to grade high. First year Exquisite rookie, $252,000 patch autograph. And before we jump into the top 10, let's take a look at a few of these different honorable mentions. So up first, we have a John Henry Johnson. He was a Hall of Famer, 4-time Pro Bowl in a 10, $2,760. 1951, Menko Joe DiMaggio, Japanese card. Anytime you hear Menko, think of Japan. Some Menkos easy to find, some are pretty tough to find. I assume this was a little bit tougher. This sold for $4,920. 2006 Clayton Kershaw Gold Refractor. Honestly, I'm surprised this went so cheap, $11,000. When I think of Kershaw being the best pitcher within the last maybe 20 years or so. And you're not going to find many better cards of Kershaw than this one out there. 1928 Babe Ruth. So this card was either issued in Angola or Portugal. Angola was a colony of Portugal at the time. And this set features Olympians, baseball players, and also soccer players. Very tough to find. There's another Ruth, I believe, in this auction, but this one was the premium one, and it sold for $11,700. You're not going to find many of these, and they're really, really cool cards. NL home run leaders, almost said NHL. All 5 autographs on this, and all 5 are Hall of Famers. You have Banks, 500 home run club, Aaron, 500 home run club, Robinson, 500, Mays, 500, Cepeda, no, not 500 home run club, but he is a Hall of Famer, and this one sold for $12,120. I love this card. It's really, really nice, and it's a clean copy for a 1963. Bob Lanier. This is another Hall of Famer, 1971 in a 10. It sold for $31,000. And it has the print defect on the O. What do you think? Do you think a 10 should be able to have that print defect? I'm iffy on that. Here's the other 55 Clemente. So this one is trimmed. It has tape over it, paper loss, and it's still sold for $33,600. The non-altered version did $90,000. I don't know. Like, if I'm going to drop $30,000 on a card, maybe I'd spend a little more to get the 90 grand one. I know it's a big jump, but $30,000 is still a lot to spend on a card. But this is also probably the cheapest that you're going to get into a 55 Clemente auto. I meant to say Mickey Mouse accidentally duplicated the side, but this card was featured in my 1931 Wills video. So if you want to check out some of the predictions that people made in the comments, check that out. This is the highest grade, I believe, 1 of 4. I did meet the guy that consigned this card, and it sold for $37,000, which I think is a very good price. And speaking of non-sports, if you do want to join a non-sports Facebook group, I have the Vintage Non-Sports Card Collectors also linked down below. We're approaching 2,000 members in there. Buy, sell, trade, learn more, connect with other collectors, etc. All right, and we have a 1962 Lou Brock. This is the highest graded combo between the card and the autograph. So Pup 1, $38,400. Beautiful auto, and a very nice high grade of the 62. Another honorable mention is this 1949 Satchel Paige autograph. There's only 8 of these graded at PSA. The autograph isn't that great. I'm not going to lie with that one. That's probably, 6 or 7. But still, they're not going to find many Satchel Paige autos of this. As mentioned, there's 8. This sold for $51,000, and the card looks very nice. Hal Trotsky, 1934 Gaudi in a 10. I had to share a 34 Gaudi in a 10 because you don't see those all the time. This one sold for $51,600. Again, it does have a print defect on it, and it is an old cert. So I don't think this would get a 10 today. But still, if you're looking for a registry set or you just want to brag that you have a 34 Gaudi and a 10, this was the card for you. Baseball boxes, 1970. In this one, it was first and second series. Yes, you can find the Munson. I put all the different names that were mentioned in the description over here. I just looking through it right. Vita Blue, you get a Yaz on there. Reggie Jackson, Killebrew. Negro doesn't sell as well. I mean, Munson's the one you're really looking for over here. And $75,000 for this box. Basketball box, 86 Fleer, 36 packs, $117,000. 1980 baseball master set. This is the number 1 on the registry. It also included 1 open pack that was graded at PSA 9, and the Henderson was a 9. So you could technically upgrade your Henderson in this auction, right? It's just going to cost you over $100,000. You would build the set for $200,000. Number 1 overall. Another one that was PSA number 1 registry. Boggs, Gwynn, and Sandberg are all PSA 10s, $120,000. What would you rather have, 1980 for $111 or the 1983 for $120,000? 1962 black bordered football cards over here, 24 packs, $180,000. You know, you're looking for that Jim Brown or the Tarkenton. You also have some other better quarterbacks from the late 50s, early 60s in this set. And now we're jumping into the top 10. So up first, in 1952, Mickey Mantle. This was a poor one with an autograph being an 8th. And this one sold for $264,000. Not many of these are out there. Being there's only 19 graded, which kind of surprised me. I thought Mantle would have more for his 52. But people did not want to get expensive cards signed in the past. 1955, Sandy Koufax. This is a 9. There's 3 PSA 10s and then 25 PSA 9s out there. This sold for $300,000. 1903, the E107 Honus Wagner, a card that I've said multiple times. I'd rather have this than the T206. It's rarer and it's earlier. $312,000. I bet you this card is going to get a lot more expensive over time. That is my prediction. 1933, Gowdy Ruth. There's 8 of these Gowdy Ruths that are signed, specifically card 181. This sold for $324,000. There used to be someone or an auction house that used to bring a signed Gowdy Ruth to card shows. I wonder if this was the same one. I don't think it is, but I'm just bringing that out there. 1949, Jackie Robinson, highest graded example combo between the 5 and the 10. And there's 8 of these 49 Bowmans that are graded that are signed. This one sold for $384,000. I wish the auto placement was a little bit lower, but still it looks fairly clean, although the auto looks a little faint. 1954, Hank Aaron, 25 PSA 9s, 2 PSA 10s. This one sold for $384,000. Old start starts with a 0. And that was our 5th spot. Number 4, Kobe Bryant, 2003 Exquisite. This card got graded a 7 out of 10. People were joking on social media. This is a napkin patch because of the one color over there. $408,000. I don't know basketball cards, but why does this Kobe outsell the LeBron James rookie? Isn't LeBron supposed to be a better player and that's his rookie and multicolor? Again, I'm not in this market, so I don't know. I know many people watching these videos just collect vintage, but some of these prices confuse me. Up next, 1933, Gowdy Ruth in an 8. There's 3 graded hires. There's 28s of this card, $420,000. In the number 2 spot, Ty Cobb, T206 in a 9. Wow. There's 279 9s across all different backs of players within the T206 set. And there's 13 PSA 10s. This one sold for $870,000. And our number 1 spot, 1952 Mantle, 311 in an 8. This exact copy sold for $1.6 million in 2021. The final hammer price on this one was $1.38. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out some of the other past auction recaps that I have. If you want to check out some other really amazing vintage cards, I will catch you guys in another video.